Hi there, I'm Ben Morton and welcome to the Leaders Kitbag, your go-to podcast for practical leadership insights in just 6 minutes. In each episode, we tackle real challenges faced by leaders and managers, offering actionable tools and strategies you can take away and immediately apply. And because leadership doesn't happen in a studio, these episodes are mostly recorded outside on the move. They're raw, unscripted, and straight to the point. So, wherever you are, let's dive in and sharpen your leadership skills 6 minutes at a time. Have you ever sat in a meeting at work full of thoughts and ideas, but said nothing, or at least said very little? And then spent a huge amount of time afterwards ruminating on what other people, or even your boss, thought about your contribution or your perceived lack of contribution? If the answer is yes, then today's episode of the Leaders Kitbag is for you. Some of the most effective, impactful, inspiring leaders I've had the privilege to coach and train are big internal thinkers. This means they process their thoughts and think internally in their own heads before speaking out loud. They reflect deeply and they aren't overcome by the urge or the need to be the loudest and most frequent voice in any given room. And yet at the same time, they still have those doubts occasionally around, am I saying enough? Am I speaking enough? Am I being heard in the room? And that's largely due to the misconception that airtime equals impact. And it absolutely doesn't. And you know that because I'm fairly certain at some stage in your career, you've been in a meeting and heard somebody make some really boneheaded comment just to try and say something and be a voice. So if you are more of an internal thinker, if you are more reflective, and you find yourself operating in a culture where airtime is perceived as impact, then I've got 3 tips to help you demonstrate your true value without needing to be somebody different. Tip number 1 is to understand that silence isn't absence. Sometimes just our focus, full attention, and presence is a really powerful sign and demonstration of leadership. As leaders, sometimes just being there and giving our full attention is all that people really want and need from us. The second tip I have for you is to really play to your strengths and use your reflective nature. In meetings when many people are trying to speak up to prove their value or show their worth, it often means that they aren't listening to what other people are saying. That being the case, we can be the ones as the internal thinkers to provide value by summarising or paraphrasing what has been said, where we're up to, or what has been agreed so far. And then the third tip I have for you is to focus on speaking when it matters. You don't need volume and frequency to have an impact. Instead, you need timing and relevance. One well-considered, well-delivered point often carries much more value than 5 ill-conceived, rambling comments. So there you have it, folks. 3 tips to help you have more impact at work, in meetings, if you are more of an internal thinker. I hope it's been useful as always. And remember, if you need any help or support with training, coaching, or speaking, you know where to find me. Until next time, look after yourself and those people you've got the privilege and responsibility to lead. Until next time, lead on.